Hi, everyone. I'm so glad to have you guys here. Hi, everyone. I'm so glad. We're trying to figure out some technical stuff, so give me a minute. I'm so glad. We're trying to figure out some technical stuff, so give me a minute. I'm so glad. We're trying to figure out some technical stuff, so give me a minute. I'm so glad. We're trying to figure out some technical stuff, so give me a minute. I'm so glad. We're trying to figure out some technical stuff, so give me a minute. I'm so glad. We're trying to figure out some technical stuff, so give me a minute. I'm so glad. We're trying to figure out some technical stuff, so give me a minute. I'm so glad. We're trying to figure out some technical stuff, so give me a minute. I'm so glad. We're trying to figure out some technical stuff, so give me a minute. I'm so glad. We're trying to figure out some technical stuff, so give me a minute. I'm so glad. We're trying to figure out some technical stuff, so give me a minute. I'm so glad. We're trying to figure out some technical stuff, so give me a minute. I'm so glad. We're trying to figure out some technical stuff, so give me a minute. Can you guys hear me? Tyler's trying to fix this. Tyler's trying to fix this. Oh my God. Oh my God. He's like, breathe. Okay. I think it's stopped. Let's see. No, it's not. Oh, I know why you're getting an extra echo. How about now? How about now? I still hear the feedback. 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 How about now? I still hear the... Can you guys still hear the audio repeating? I still hear the... Can you guys still hear the audio repeating? I still hear the... Can you guys still hear the audio repeating? I still hear the... Can you guys still hear the audio repeating? I hear it. I still hear the... Can you guys still hear the audio repeating? I hear it. Waving, repeating, but see you. Aww. You don't hear it repeating now because I turned off the desktop audio. Oh, maybe I spoke too soon. Oh, maybe I spoke too soon. Tyler's probably just as frantic as I am, but he's trying to play it cool. Tyler's I'm freaking probably out just as frantic as I am, but he's trying to play it cool. Tyler's I'm freaking probably out just as frantic as I am, but he's trying to play it cool. Tyler's probably just as frantic as I am, but he's trying to play it cool. Tyler's probably just as frantic. Oh, I'm glad it's not repeating for you. I can deal with it as long as it's not bothering you. What? You hear me 599 times? Oh my. Well, the post was true. We're testing out shit. And I wish there was 6 of me. I get a lot more done. I wish there was actually 6 of Tyler. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Especially because he can actually handle dealing with me. That makes him a pro. Like, I don't know which way is better, but I'm eventually going to get this camera mounted. Don't mind Tyler messing with things on the screen. I hear audio playback though, Tyler. It's in my ears. Can you guys... Okay, no repeating. That's good. That's good. I hear it. Can you hear me now? Trying to figure out my headset. I think it just went off. Oh, no, it's still going. That's okay. I don't mind the repeating as long as you guys don't hear it. I'm okay with that. So what's everybody been up to? Current events. Thank you. I just got over the bee flu. That was fun. That was fun. How's the kiddos, June? How many devices do I have on in this room? You said before. That's why I plugged in. But I still hear the reverb, but it's okay as long as you guys don't hear it. Thank you, Tyler. I actually would love to introduce everyone to Tyler, but he happens to be stuck on the other side, inside my computer right now. So what's everybody getting to? Tell me what's been going on. I have been MIA for quite a while. Explanations are owed. If you want them, I will give them. B Heart actually knows a little bit about, when I lost my son and there not being any reason for his death. Kind of threw me for a tailspin. And then, on top of it, the organization was growing so fast that it was so hard to stay on task because I have such a hard time telling anyone no. So it has been an interesting year. Trying to kind of find balance between the organization, my life, work in progress. But we have a new member who has taken us to a whole nother level is the best way that I could describe it. It's okay, June. Life happens to all of us, and it should never be something that comes between me and what I do, because I am who I am because of what I do. Fool you. I do have to tell him no, though, because on occasions, his passion runs so deep, it spills out on paper. Like, no kidding. Well, Tyler was basically a game friend to me. He was like my escape friend. When I needed a break from every day, what I do, chasing this person, chasing that person, or friggin' knocking on somebody's door that doesn't want me at their door. Tyler was kind of like one of those people I used as an outlet, a resource over the years. We've known each other for some years now. I've always been a gamer, so it only made sense to like find friends there because it was hard to in the real world. Everybody needs help, and I understand that. But it was nice to have a friend that I could just get on there, play a game with, and talk about things. You guys, myself, what we're trying to do. I'm sure he's heard a lot of happy stories and a lot of like really sad ones too. But one day it just dawned on me. It's like, why do you not ask him for some help? He's a teacher, by the way. Was a teacher for many years, but he has so many hats. I'm not going to be the one to run it down. We'll let him do that. But he brings like class to what I do instead of, I hate you, so-and-so judge, and da-da-da-da. I find more creative ways to say what I need to say. He said, oh, here goes my ego. I'm telling you, it's not easy to deal with me. People as well as staff in my everyday life can tell you that. But Tyler has mastered how to deal with me. He's had me on every level, sadness and anger and confusion, and oh boy, we actually do make a really good team when it comes down to it. And I know he comes from a background of not understanding a lot of what we go through, but he has like jumped in both feet to help us to figure a way out of it constructively. Like, who wants to be a victim, right? Most of my expertise comes from life experience, children and youth, government, police, teachers, just counselors, people, parents, siblings, friends, not friends. We lived very different lives, but we found common ground in the fact that, we're human beings with human rights. We're human beings with human abilities. No one is different. No one is cast out, but we are, with our demographics. So he has done everything to try to learn about the plight of our people, so that he can help us find constructive ways to attack them and get the job done at the end of the day. And I will say, to date, every case Crowd Proud has ever touched has been families staying intact. We made a new family member out of them because they will call me if ever there's an incident. No child has been taken and kept from their parent. But those cases are not slowing down. So they're coming often enough that we need, more people out on the street doing the things that we're doing. But we kind of want to do things differently than how we started out. I was in front of the courthouse, burnt like a lobster with B Heart. She is, if you need squad like soldiers, B Heart, that's her. She was right by my side. I do not want to get emotional with y'all. That was not the plan. Oh, I can't. But I want you guys to know that we haven't left. We haven't stopped. Every day we try to be better, do better. And I want to reconnect with very important people who stood by our side even when we had no kind of control. And we were just all over the place telling everybody, F off, fuck off, stop, all of that. So we're getting older. I understand there's certain things we can't do anymore. I definitely cannot sit in the sun and become a lobster. We need to make steps that actually matter. 2 years ago, this is another source of depression for me. We made a case with the Attorney General's office. We have yet to hear back from the Attorney General. When we were falsely herded together by the NAACP, when they were only willing to take the black cases, we took it a step further, and together, B Heart and I protested in front of the courthouse until federal officers came down and took us away. That day, I made an outcry statement, basically, and every officer that was present during that statement had to make a report. So because of that is why we ended up sitting down in front of two, whatever you want to call them. And I'm going to say some names. Fabian, Detective Fabian, and his partner, which right now his name escapes me, but Kiefer, that's it. I don't know that he called, followed up on any of the stories for the families, done any of the things. And I don't know about you guys, but over the last few months with Tyler, we've been working on a way for me to come back out to what I'm here for, doing what I do best, which is, if I have to, cause problems for them. Getting these things to change. A lot of things have changed, though. I do notice the way that Children and Youth deals with us here locally has forever changed. Man, we had a recent case that was crazy, but I do feel they're more willing to listen when we're involved. I feel like the families have a better chance of staying together because they have us as a support system. I feel like even the judges, for the most part, but we can't just have one judge that is like hearing our stories and trying to give us justice. We have to make sure across the board that the judges that we have in our communities are judges that have the same beliefs that we do. And, we all know if someone in our neighborhood is hurting their kid, we should know about it. This private system is hurting us. It doesn't make us aware of what could be or what is in some of these neighborhoods. It just serves to keep us isolated and not a community. We're not operating as a community. I think we have a lot of room to improve here. And we can show other places like Scranton and all the surrounding counties that kind of follow like this little procedure for how they deal with us. It's never fair. We're the ones that they experiment on. Oh, if we do this to them, or if we do that to them, or if we just put one more foot on them, maybe we can do some testing and figure out, you know, how people should or shouldn't be. I mean, whatever their reasons for giving us this particular vaccine as opposed to that particular vaccine, or this information as opposed to that information, we have to not accept it and change it. So the only way to do that, I feel, is to like rally more support. And the reason I think I'm different than other organizations that are trying to do this or trying to abolish CPS is because, one, I'm fully aware there's a need for this organization. There's lots of kids that are not being loved right, or a lot of families that could use the support that it takes to learn to love correctly. And the second reason is because we have a different approach. We're not calling them bums anymore. We're not chasing them. I've chased caseworkers off people's properties before. We're not doing that. I'm like, more or less, check yourself and doing things with accountability. And I want more caseworkers to care about what they do because they have that job, and I believe they all started it for a certain reason. So I believe that with the methods that we are learning to use, I actually have to calm Tyler down half the time. I mean, I've totally done a 360 compared to what I was doing. There's another way. We need to learn it. And the other thing is we need to join each other. We need to show up for each other. Someone doesn't have milk, we donate biddies till they got milk. We do what we have to do for each other to make sure each other is thriving. If they won't provide for us, we provide for ourselves. I would absolutely love to like introduce you to Tyler, but I don't know where he is now. I see there's people in the community. That's the other thing that brought me back out of my shell, is seeing people doing the work, not just Be Heart, but I see other people in the community that either Be Heart has influenced or we've influenced doing the things that we do, and they're trying to be there for families. And that's just like the way it should be. We should be like this bond that they cannot infiltrate. Okay? There's not enough of, let's say, the movement. There's not enough of it being consistent and enough people coming forward to make it happen. Any person that has not shown their face at a protest because they're afraid that the agency is going to target them, boo. Because they're not going to touch you, especially if I'm involved. Bottom line. Bottom line. Bottom line. I will chew them right up. If we have not done anything that is a crime against our children, these people should not be able to force their ways into our homes. And one of the cases that we did was Priority of Safe Haven, and it was adopted by the courts here, where you don't have to let someone in your home that you choose not to let in your home. They can knock if they want to, unless you got a sign on the property. Then you can chase them off the property or call the cops and have them removed. But yeah, you have rights. And like, I want more people to feel comfortable opening the door and saying what they need to say and doing what they need to do. Because yeah, sometimes there's a reason for that person to be at your door. And if we can make them feel comfortable with their jobs, maybe we can have some kind of understanding start to happen for us and what we do as parents. Because there's no book, right? There's no start to finish what you do, not to be in trouble or not to have these people looking at you. It literally could be somebody calling on the phone and saying, you did it. You beat your kids, or you disciplined or didn't give your kids something, and bullshit. And there should not be that much power to one person, because as we know, they They abuse it horrifically. Oh, you're here. I see everybody's messages. Unless there's a question for me, I'm just kind of reading them and moving on. I can read them if you guys would prefer. We're just getting this all filled out. Like, there's going to be lots of things coming. We're going to play games together. We're going to do some team building skills. We're going to role play. We're going to have special prizes and gifts for everyone. And start our own, I call it lottery, but it's not really a lottery, but we're just going to be vibing. We're going to be connected to each other 24/7 if we need to be. And because I can't answer this constantly and give everybody the same amount of my love, that's why we're using this platform. I just want to become available in your needs, in your leisure. Bring everything to the table. We hash it out and move on. No way, Amanda. People like you are the reason I'm still doing this. And I haven't thrown in the towel. You're an amazing person. Don't get me started, girl. I said I'm not crying. Stop it. We've literally had some really beautiful outcomes in cases, and we've really had things happen for us that we never saw before. Me going through the system, her going through the system. We were just dismantled. No concern for our children's future or ours and our mental health and our stability when we don't have our babies. The mothers that do show up, do what they have to do. You guys are my freaking heroes. Like, I give you all props for doing maybe not always the best, but your best. If it wasn't for parents like especially you, we wouldn't have a foothold, right? Because everybody would just be like, oh, they took my kids, I'm moving on. I'm going to either go have some more kids or go play kids with someone else's kids or whatever, but some of us really try to hang in there and be better, do better. No matter what yesterday was, today is fresh, moving forward. I think that's one of the most beautiful attributes a person can have. Yeah, Amanda Perry, you made it easy. Everything we asked you to do, you did, and said, what can I do more? And that's all we can ever ask. And I don't know if you want to share some of your, but Amanda was separated for 10 years from her children. And she's with them. And I don't care about attorneys that don't want to do their jobs. If you work for us, you work for us. Period. She is an amazing mother. I'm going to tell her whatever I want to tell her. And I saw your message, but I ignored it because she should know. So, Amanda was separated from her kids a very long time ago. And her kids became victimized and victims of the system. All of your worst fears that could possibly happen happened to them. And thank goodness there is some kind of system of tracking things, and because all the phone calls in the world to children and youth did not get a caseworker to their door. Okay? Who came to their door was more predators, more perverts, more abusers, more assholes. And when it finally broke in this particular situation, it was because multi-jurisdictional police departments converged on this home because of the amount the sheer amount, not just one, two, three, the amount of child pornography that was going through their internet connection. I still believe, even though at the moment this case is, where we would want it to be, there's still more things that we have to work for in that case. But everything happens for a reason, and I do believe that had children and youth been accountable for their actions in the past or provided the support, that this could have been prevented. And after 10 years of not having her girls, she has them home because we were not taking no for an answer. Okay? That was not going to happen. Somebody needed to finally speak for her kids. And a lot of this is not even about what they're going to do to us, but like, imagine our children. Look at how crime is compared to when you were a kid, compared to now. And look at the system and what they produce from it. And this woman would have never been able to be present for her children's most critical periods of their life. And there's so much that was already stolen. But when an opportunity arises like this, we could never say no. And I'm so glad that she reached out to us, and I'm so glad that we were able to support her in a way where she could get this done, because this is on her. This is her win more than it is ours, right? I can't even tell you, when we get like messages from them and they talk about like the typical teenage whatever happenings, I laugh. I'm so humored because this is where they're supposed to be, with the person they're supposed to be with, learning these lessons, going through these things, tragic, not tragic, the happy, the sad, everything in between is supposed to be shared with this person that has a flesh connection, a blood connection, one that no foster home could ever provide to any of our kids. So like, it's our responsibility not to commit those egregious acts, but to, if we become a victim of the system and our kids are taken away, but to maintain stability in our lives and be there and ready to receive our kids when they come back. Because, oh boy, I had to do it 4 times. My grandmother had 2 of my kids in a foster home / adoption home, had the other 2. And none of those situations were what they could have been if they were with me. And Amanda Perry, you are truly who I wanted to be 20 years ago, to just have a chance. What you have right now, so many people want. You are blessed beyond any understanding that you could possibly have. Girl, you started it. I literally love your messages. When Tyler shares them, I'm just like, that's what she get. You got 2 daughters, girl. You have other kids too, but they're girls. Very important. She has her own ringtone. Look, we already know, Tyler, I am not tech savvy. There's no ringtones in my phone. It just is a blaring alarm that says somebody needs you. He knows to ignore it. You know he's kidding. Tyler will harass the fuck out of me for you, Amanda. He will, like, we need to do something. She needs us. So, He does. He harasses me. Girl, how do you think your case came to a conclusion? He was constantly on my back. He is your bestie. So just before your case, we had June. And June's case was really interesting because it involved, you know what, June, give me permission first. I'm not going to say any names, obviously, but like maybe the story. I know you wanted to go public with this anyway, and we got swooped up into another case and couldn't help you uh, put that out there much more than just a few posts that we posted. I would have loved to tell your story, and I still want the opportunity because it was a very interesting case. And it's one of those where compliance is important. Um, when it comes to certain allegations, like anybody can say you did anything, but there should be a clear path to what the truth is, right? There's always like that three-sided thing, you know, your story, their story, the middle story. And basically in her case, the school reported. And I'm taking my glasses off because Amanda, what the hell with the tears? Um, so June's older son was accused of giving cannabis to her younger son. Now, when it comes to accusations like that, you know, anybody that hears it, like school, doctor, you know, any important people, they're going to report it. So that's what happened. And in her case, uh, I don't want to think back that far, but I do believe you're one of the first that we did comply. Normally, I tell my clients, shut the door, hang up the phone, you call me, we deal with it. Don't do it. I don't want you to put yourself in a bigger hole. So in this particular situation, I had to do some soul searching on how to handle this type of an accusation. And the one thing I want to leave at the end of the day is confidence for the caseworker that the mother had either no involvement, no knowledge, no, you know, whatever, so that she was not held responsible. And, you know, so they have a series of things they want you to do. And one of them is a forensic examination, which she will tell you I was not the happiest. And I was with Nature Mom when we went. So you can imagine the resistance from us. We were basically just like, no, 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 certain things, no, no, no. And we were just unsure of what, like, we should actually say or do because, like, we're in front of officers and psychologists that, you know, if we don't comply, you know, there's no judge on earth that's going to be like, oh, yeah, you could just go home. You know, we have to do something. So, I'm sitting there and Nature Mom is over here kind of going crazy in this ear. And then Mama June is over here a mess. Nerves, a ball of nerves, just only focused on me and what I'm telling her to do and how I'm telling her to respond. And I'm not even really giving her any, answers. She's responding on her own. I'm like, yeah, you can answer that, whatever. It was a very intense situation. But we had agreed that if we complied through this, at the end of the day, the results should show the truth, which we already felt we knew. Okay? The truth turned out to be better than we could even imagine because, they did bioexamination. So they checked his urine, they checked this, checked that. And then, of course, the younger child who they consider to be the victim. And getting through those things was pretty much all we were there for, helping her get through this because it was like scary. People were taking your baby away and questioning them and doing all these things. And that report alone is why we were able to close this case. And I mean, I don't even know if she ever got her letter. I do believe we requested it. I'm not sure. You can confirm that for me, June. I believe you did tell me, you reported to me that you got it. June was someone that volunteered her time for families. When people had children that went into placement, she was one of those foster homes where you'd be able to get along with her. She would do everything in her power to see you and your baby back together. She had no plans for keeping any child that she ever had, and hoped that her love would be sufficient until you could return. And the urine screenings proved the allegation wasn't true. And mind you, like, they cornered and like questioned this kid without his mother present, and that was already like the first wrong they did. And you know, children and youth was like persistent, like at the door, and you know, people just freak out because they're like, oh my God, am I gonna go to jail? Am I gonna be in trouble? Am I gonna lose my kids? Are they gonna be separated? And like all of the worst things go through your mind. But in that instance, we had to comply to some degree. We had to comply because there was an allegation here that was extreme in their eyes. Because, like, let's be real. You guys already know how I feel about marijuana. I think our kids should have it. Our grandparents, the elders, all of us. I actually don't want to run into people if they haven't smoked that day. Like, I'm like, avoid, you know, because I'm like, don't say nothing to me because I am not for the bullshit. Okay, so right. We did email them requesting that letter, and she did receive it, which is one of the favorite letters. And I'm sure she has a stack of them because there was other times they had came at her and she was always able to prove the allegations to be untrue. She was a cooperative person. That's not something I recommend. I don't recommend cooperating until you have a support system in place. Advocate, attorney, no ifs, ands, or buts about it because they don't care about your kids the way you care about your kids. Yeah, girl, you actually were a lot better than I expected. I don't know. I probably would have been a blubbery mess every day calling Tyler if it was me. Because in my eyes, like, you know, that stigma of the cannabis thing it's just so still present. Like, I just felt like they were going to really go over the top on that. And I honestly I was worried for your babies. I was worried. I don't want them going nowhere. They belong with you. Good. And you know why? They don't want to deal with me. They don't want to deal with Tyler now. I can't even tell y'all about Tyler. Whew. They be calling me like, he's rude. People don't like when you keep it real with them. They really do not. And Tyler tends to do that. And I will have to say, most caseworkers probably don't like him. No, I don't think you're rude at all. I think you're defending a family and you're doing your job and they don't have to like it. I do plan to be, you know, hopefully recording some of those situations. Like, I mean, I wish like the conversations we have with caseworkers were where we could just put them out there, but that would probably mess up our credibility. So we're trying to stay credible for you guys, and I do hope we can like chip away at this and get things to change. No, Amanda knows that he's not. Amanda, what about me? That day on the phone before court, the attorney? Am I rude? I could only hope to be because, you go do your job or you don't have a job. You could be fired. Yeah, I just wasn't like accepting the responses. That was one of my favorite days because I feel like I controlled myself to a point where I didn't say call him names or anything because I truly wanted to. I feel like I handled myself. When an attorney works for you, he works for you. And that was just the point I was getting at. And he was poised to go in there and do what we wanted him to do, not what he chose to do, because he don't know you, he don't know me. And yes. And we will be the puppet masters, period. Wish I could play that song right now. Probably get a copyright ban. So Tyler, you don't know B Heart. B Heart is that B. I'm gonna tell you. Me, of all people who goes out there fighting, protesting, screaming on megaphones and everything else, I was even like, oh my God, she's going to explode on someone. She's going to explode. She takes no fucking shit. She literally has 0 fucks to give. And she'll knock on your door until you open that motherfucker. She's about it. About it. I very much enjoyed the protests and the togetherness that we had. And she always has an entourage. She's like a queen. You guys were my entourage. Beth do not care. She'll get right in their face. I remember being at the courthouse and Beth telling one of the employees to put their cigarette out. You will never forget that. Beth was like, you need to put that out. Like, then I was being arrested and she was filming me being cuffed at a protest. I still have that video. I know. I saw your news. I don't remember exactly what was going on with me at the moment, but like I said, it's been a up and down road for the last year and a half, but I did see that you got your babies back. That's amazing. And you fought hard. I have not ever had to take on such an extensive fight. I have been very blessed to get in situations and out of them right at their infancy. I wish I could have met you in the beginning because it wouldn't have went down like that, just so you know. Oh, that's right. You did give me the video. You're the one that took the video. You sent it to me. I watch it still. I sent it to my friends. But that was the day that I made the statement that the police had to make a report about. When I was talking about all of you and your kids. Because I was like, they're stealing our babies and they're being harmed. Can you hear the, no, you probably can't, Tyler. So I've asked June about becoming a moderator for our channel. Anyone that thinks that they could spend a good bit of time with us when we're here can absolutely request becoming a moderator. Moderators are almighty, but you know, even almighties can be removed if they go too far, but you'd have the ability to share things. That's okay. It's in my ear. It's okay. They'll be able to do different things, privileged things, as well as always have a subscription gifted. Basically, I want to be able to do a lot of engaging things here, even if it's just like a rainy day and I know nobody's out, you know, streaming the word game together and doing some, you know, community building skills would be really awesome. I'm looking forward to it, actually. And then bringing our drama here. This is where we give the tea, you know. We got something going on, we fucking unload. Anyone's welcome to create an alias account that they use for the shits and giggles, but um, you're also welcome to use your own information as well, however you like to appear online. Um, it's kind of funny because I've been on Twitch as Breezy for so long because, my name is Sabrina. But I had to grab that proud mama and put that back. And so people are just starting to get used to seeing it on Twitch. We have quite a bit of followers there. The more followers, the better. Um, the platforms that we're using to stream on have different like incentive programs that are going on. So like your interaction in the chat, your interaction with me, with each other is really important. Saying hello and welcoming each other makes everybody feel good. And like I said, we're going to try to do some things here that kind of like, everybody can't win all the time, but, we'll try to mix it up and have some, mini games and little winnings that you can, either items or funds that you can win, different things like that. So futuristically, we have like an unlimited platform. And then any of our members, that have products or things like that they're doing, that they think benefit our community, and they want to, write to us and say, hey, I want to talk about my stuff. Definitely email those kind of requests. And mainly this is just so that we can always be just a call away from each other. You can come here and bullshit. I was gonna say, but that would only be if we had only girls here. We could have a male bash day, like talk shit about boyfriend day or husband day. No. Now we'll be nice to the boys. Let me just check. Okay. This is what I hope to not have to be attached to someday. I would love it if I didn't have to be held down to this type of technology, because I feel like it sucks you up. I'd rather be right here where you can see me, talk to me, cry with me, whatever, laugh with me. So what's some current events you guys have going on in your worlds? Free time related. My brother is here. I fully expected him to make an appearance, but apparently not. We'll eventually get this all hashed out too. I love the new background, Tyler. Have you been doing any protesting lately, Beth? I have 4 kids. I have no idea what free time is at this point in my life. LOL. But I'm going on a work trip to Florida this week, so I'm pretty psyched. Oh, Florida shenanigans. It's probably pretty nice down there right now too. I'm freezing. There won't be no snow, that's for sure. So, yay! Is it a girl trip, or is it like a couple trip, a couples trip? B heart. I honestly hope that doesn't happen at the moment, but I do want her to stop the practices. But I honestly, yes, we posted about it. We actually did a press release. Bloodies on the beach. Ooh, and no couple thing. Let your hair down, girl. Ooh, that sounds fun. I'm coming. Tyler can handle all this. I did see it in the news. We sent out a press release. I didn't hear from the media, but I feel that. I'm actually a fan of hers right now. B Heart. If you guys change your nickname to what you want me to call you, because I don't want to say names if you don't want me to, but you can like have nicknames if you want. But I'm gonna call you what's there for now, just so I don't lose track and I get comfortable doing it. Yes, Amanda. Put me in your suitcase. I'm only this big. This big. You just filed a bunch of right to knows against the 44th borough about them closing the pool. Okay. I'll call you Beth. I knew it was you immediately with the heart. Even though you spelled it different. I knew. Where are we going next, Beth? We don't have to protest. We can just lay in wait. I say we go to Shapiro's office because he owes us a little explanation. What do you think? Where's all those cases? Where's Kristen Mertz nowadays? Where's she at? He's going to make a quick appearance to go to the bathroom. They got a grant to get the pool fixed years ago, and it had to stay open for so many years. I knew what you meant. Yep. See, when I took my little hiatus, I pretty much stayed away from the news just because that's a source of pain for me. Seeing people go through things when I wish there was more of us. Period. More of us. How about Shapiro's office? We can plan it for next summer. In the meantime, I did call their office about a month ago. And I think they might have tried to call me back, so I'm going to have to call again. That's your retreat? Let's go. We need somebody to drive so you and I can relax and medicate before we get there. It's important nowadays for me not to do any of this without medicating. Very important. I'm trying to stay like and not. Oh. Oh. Girl. Life is something. So are you talking about South Wilkes-Barre? And hello, if you've just joined us, like, follow, subscribe, wherever the buttons are, because they're not set up, but they're there. And hello, we love chatters. So you're talking about the pool in South Wilkes-Barre, though, right? Or Edwardsville? I don't even know where the pools are anymore. Shit. Is it the one at the school? And we don't have anything like we used to. Oh, okay. Back in the day, we had so many things to do. There's nothing. What do we expect our kids to do if there's nothing here? And it's up to us to like change that because they're not going to. We already know they just keep taking things away. If you live in a community, you should know your community. I know, Beth, you make sure to know your neighbors. We just recently put out a post about Crowd Proud members being available in case we need respite homes. I just want to like bring that up because it's a really important thing you can do for us. Um, of course, you have to go through like necessary clearances, one, two, three. As long as you don't have a record, you're fine. Um, but we definitely need more family homes so that our children can stay with us and not be with strangers. Oh my goodness, I miss the CYC too. And they still have it, but because it is the only resource of that type, it is very difficult to get your kids in. Very difficult to get your kids in, and very expensive once they are. Unless you have, I forget what it's called, the child care grant that covers the fee, majority of it. I loved the CYC. That's where I met all my friends. That is awesome, Amanda. Yes, you have a very full household. You have a very full household. We appreciate any bit, and we do know you're like one phone call away. Absolutely. So this would not be for CYS June. This would just be for the Crowd Proud members. Um, and we would want to make sure that we have these available here where we do the majority of our work, but we also are going to start trickling out into other areas. But we would like to have different standards for our families. It's all about just keeping these kids safe until they can get where they belong, period, wherever that may be. Oh my goodness, Beth, that definitely. You should, do you drive still? You can come visit me. I have a broken foot. Well, this foot's been broken for a while. It doesn't want to heal. Before, it was like the first week in November, I broke it. And it's not even the foot, it's the toes, but they're all messed up. But June, yes, absolutely. If you have the space and the ability and you wouldn't mind going through the clearances, uh, we would love to have homes that are available in case family members come into a situation. I love you. See you next time, Beth. Good. You can come see me. Big guy's working on my car. Still don't have it. So soon coming to the stream as well, there's going to be like channel points you earn while you're viewing. Those channel points, they count. I don't know. I don't want to tell you why, but they will be used later. Um, yeah, we'll need them. You'll have an additional bedroom soon. Are you still in the same place where I saw you last? I believe you moved right after. I'm almost positive you moved right after. Oh, awesome. One she's out of school. Okay. Oh. Oh. Oh, all right. So you did stay or you left? You did stay? That was a really nice place. Oh, good. That makes that an even better neighborhood because you were already in a really good neighborhood. And your place was laid out so cute. I loved it. We are going to be sharing a Discord channel, just so you guys know. And it's where we can share like our personal selfies. You know, Facebook is what it is, but I haven't been too partial to it lately. I just use it basically to, um, keep up with family, friends, whatever, and the organization's group page. But we're going to have like a Discord page where you could just like, privately share selfies or proud moments, make stream suggestions. It'll just be where we can put, private things that aren't really for Facebook. So I'm glad you did because that was a great place. I'm glad you stayed. The way your place was laid out in that kitchen, girl. Okay. I love when you have brand new things. When I lived in Easton, oh, that was my bread and butter. Every month I would have like a different layout. I loved moving things around and just making them pretty. I believe Grady has to go pee. Let me scream. I'm going to mic mute. Maybe not. Some of you do know too that my little brother lost his daughter and his wife. So for a few months, it was kind of hectic for me. But my brother and we sold the house. We're in the process of trying to find a new home, not a new home. Yeah. So we're currently being held up. I can't wait to have a clubhouse again with COVID gone. I mean, well, as gone as it is, where we can meet and do things, family day things. I cannot wait for another barbecue, infused food. I'm trying to see where I can put up my socials. What's everybody having for dinner tonight? I haven't decided yet. I'm going to light my clip while we talk about food. I'm hungry. I don't know if you guys remember rice cakes, but the new ones, the corn ones, are so good. I think because I've been using them as a snack, I'm like trimming down a bit instead of the cupcakes all the time. What are you cooking, Mama June? No meat? Where's the meat? Baked mac and cheese, butternut squash. You can keep the squash. Honestly, I think I would try someone else's squash. I'm really funny about it. My mom always made it really, really good, and I've always been nervous. I tried somebody's once, and it was just baked macaroni and cheese. I'm there for it. So, yeah. Yeah. I do like butternut squash. No spaghetti squash tonight. Ooh. Are we vegan? Are we vegan? Brown chicken. Yes. You did it right. You did it right. Ooh. Yummy. That sounds so good. I'm probably going to have grilled cheese and tomato soup. Oops. Sorry, I was letting Tyler back in the door. The back door. The kids don't know healthy food. Oh. Ooh. It's been years since I've had oxtail. They hated it. Oh my God. They're probably like most kids today, chicken nuggets and noodles, which are like the fucking worst. She said, I'll take the oxtails. Do you make them like the West Indian way or do you have another way? Oxtails. It's been a minute. I'm relighting it, but off cam. This is an adult stream, so, and it is labeled as such. Ooh, buttered noodles. That's an everyday freaking thing for these kids. Buttered noodles, like you're gonna turn into pasta. I remember my nephew Avery. He had to have his chicken nuggets peeled. Y'all, tell me what is the point of a peeled chicken nugget? Because I literally have no idea. No idea. Right. Pasta once a week is a good rule. Then I had another nephew who, same sister to the other nephew, her son wanted you to peel his sausage. So he wanted no skins. So he'll be like, oh, the skin, the skin. He would freak out. Like, dude, just freaking eat it. I had two kids. Two girls were straight bloody meat eaters. And then the other two children that were like vegetable fanatics. Or pasta fanatics, too. Let me just make sure it's not Tyler. Okay. What happened to us? He ended his connection, so I don't know if it has something to do with why we just got blurry. Not sure what happened. I was trying to just refresh it, but give me a minute. What did you just mess with, Tyler? There we go. I'm back. No, usually it's my fault. but this time it was you. I moved it all kind of ways. Here we go. I'll eventually have green screen and all that stuff in the background. So we have 9 viewers. You guys want to do a little word games on stream together? See if we can't make it to level 20. It's actually really fun. It gets your brain going. And it's a favorite on stream. And we don't have to stop talking. We can continue to talk. See how things work. I'm enjoying this though. I love this. I have eyelashes today, but you guys can't see them. But they're not fake. They're actually mine. But normally I don't put mascara on because it doesn't seem to work. They're just too small. But today they look like eyelashes. I literally have eyelashes. I really admire women that can stretch them out. I'm not very good at that. They're there. Let's see if I can get this. I wish we had the music on, but I promise by next stream there'll be some music going. Yeah, that's been challenging to figure out. See if I can get it pulled up. Here goes Tyler. Hold on, Tyler, I'm doing... That's loud. Yeah, I'm getting it up. It's not good if only one of us play, so... We won't make it to level 20, that's for sure. But I just want to test out this with a few viewers. Let's see if we can both be up here. Yay, let's do it. Let's do it. Everyone will get to meet you. And I know I'm covering chat, but I could see it over here, so it's fine. Everything's fine. All things are fine. Let's move me over. We could put you up above me. You want to try that before I start? Or we can start without you while you're getting ready, and you can do it. I'm just loading up so I could play too. Oh, I love that my chat's over here too. I love that I could do it right here. Let's see if I can turn it out. This is so high. Ooh. I think it makes you wait between turns too. Oh. Yeah, no, that won't work. Oh. I got it before it was too late. I'm in my super comfy clothes. Yeah. I think exclamation restart. Oh. No. It didn't work. So I don't think I have the commands set correctly on this, Tyler, but at least it's working. Ooh, I hear an echo. Testing. All right, that's better. Testing. Testing. All right, that's better. Testing. We alternate that still. Testing. All right, that's better. Testing. We alternate that still. Testing. All right, that's better. Testing. We alternate that still. Testing. All right, hopefully you can hear me. My sound went haywire. I had to shut it off. I'm literally making it up. That is hard. Where did they get these fucking things? Oh, there it is. They give it to us. What is wrong with these people? Use it, June. Content. I don't feel like the syncing is working. Thank you for trying to help me, June. I don't think it's the sync is there. I think it's off. Let me see. If I refresh it. Let's try one more. See if I refresh it, what happens. That's a good one. Good one. That's off for a moment while I have a cigarette. Oh, I got one. Is that a word? Really? I'm disappointed. That was terrible. This is actually kind of hard. My brain's not braining. June, type in the chat, exclamation, restart. Let's see if it works for you. Can you not hear? June, can you not hear? Type in exclamation restart. June, can you not hear? You guys type in exclamation on its restart. June, can you not hear? You guys type in exclamation on its restart. June, can you not hear? You guys type in exclamation on its restart. June, can you not hear? You guys